Businesses in Los Angeles cleaned up on Tuesday after a night of unrest, as protests continued against President Donald Trump's deportation efforts in the city. On day 5 of the ongoing mass demonstrations, hundreds of U.S. Marines arrived in the Los Angeles area under orders from the president. Trump also activated 4,000 National Guard troops to quell protests, despite objections from California Governor Gavin Newsom that the deployments are politically motivated. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass said federal intervention was not warranted.
This was not needed. The idea that the administration would usurp the authority of our state government, take it away from our governor, Gavin Newsom. The governor knows that if we put a request in for the National Guard and it went to him, he would comply. There was never an issue there because we were never thinking about calling upon the National Guard.
According to a senior Pentagon official, the troop deployments, including travel, housing, and food, is estimated to cost about $134 million. On Tuesday, Trump was asked how long he expected troops to remain in the area.
Until there's no danger. It's easy. Look, it's common sense. You ask me that question. When there's no danger, they'll leave.
Trump also left open the possibility of invoking the centuries-old Insurrection Act, which would allow the military to take part directly in civilian law enforcement.
If there's an insurrection, I would certainly invoke it. We'll see. But I can tell you last night was terrible. The night before that was terrible.
Meanwhile, congressional Democrats condemned the deployment of military forces in Los Angeles and expressed concern for other moves Trump could make in the face of ongoing protests. Here's Representative Jimmy Gomez of California.
This isn't leadership. It's a deliberate attempt by Trump to incite unrest, test the limits of executive power, and distract from the lawlessness of his administration.
On Monday, Governor Newsom filed a lawsuit asserting that Trump's activation of Guard troops without the governor's consent was illegal. The Guard deployment was the first time in decades that a president did so without a request from a sitting governor.
We do not want them here at all.
Back in the historic core district of Los Angeles, where several stores were damaged and looted overnight, Resident Daniel Fabiano told Reuters that the more troops Trump deploys, the worse the situation could become.
The federal government is what is causing this. This was not happening, when I woke up on Friday morning. This was a peaceful, quiet neighborhood. It is only getting worse the more the federal government is antagonizing and tweeting insults at us. The more troops they talk about deploying, it's only getting worse.
The goal of the trip was to get to Gaza and distribute emergency aid. But of course, we were aware of the risks involved, and we have done many risk assessments. By taking over a boat in international waters and taking it against our will to Israel, it is technically a kidnapping. So it is clear that we were not treated well in that aspect. As I said, it is nothing compared to what Palestinians have to endure on a daily basis.
Inte det vår demokratiska rättighet att göra. Going on today? Okay, thanks.
Elon Musk says he regrets some of the posts he made last week about US President Donald Trump. The billionaire said Wednesday they went too far. Trump and Musk traded insults last week on social media. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO described the president's sweeping tax and spending bill as a disgusting abomination. sparking a fast-escalating exchange of barbs and threats. Trump said on Saturday their relationship was over, but he's since stated he wouldn't have a problem if Musk called and wished him well.
I would imagine he wants to speak to me. I would think that. If I were him, I'd want to speak to me, and maybe he was already called. You'd have to ask him whether or not he's already called. But I'd have no problem with it.
Musk wrote on his social media platform X, "I regret some of my posts about President Donald Trump last week. They went too far." He did not say which specific posts he was talking about, though he has deleted several that were critical of Trump. One of those signalled support for impeaching the president. Sources close to Musk have said his anger has started to calm. They also believe he may want to repair his relationship with Trump. Tesla's Frankfurt-traded shares were up around 2.5% Wednesday after Musk's online remarks.
It's a surreal situation, and all of us are not quite sure how to deal with it. It's way too early, and in the name of my school, students and teachers and everybody, I would ask all the media to have the greatest respect of all of us and to leave us alone, mostly because it's way too early, it's way too traumatizing for most of the students, and we would like to have our peace and to stay together.
Nintendo's new Switch 2 console has smashed records for the company's fastest-selling gaming device. The Japanese firm said Wednesday it sold more than 3.5 million units in the first 4 days after launch. Last month, the company forecast Switch 2 sales would reach 15 million during the current financial year, ending next March. The device follows Nintendo's original Switch console, which launched in 2017. It proved massively popular with 152 million devices sold. Titles like The Legend of Zelda and Animal Crossing New Horizons were big hits. The more powerful second-generation version went on sale on June 5th and has many similarities with the original console. But it offers a larger screen and improved graphics. It launched with games including Mario Kart World, though some critics have said the device is so far lacking new titles.